What's up, basketball fans? Today we're looking into one of the biggest moves in recent memory, Mark Cuban's surprising sale of the Dallas Mavericks. Why would one of the most passionate and hands-on owners in the league part with a majority stake in his beloved team? Is this just about cashing in, or is there something bigger at play? Let's break it all down and uncover what's really going on behind the scenes. Mark Cuban's recent move to sell the Dallas Mavericks has the entire NBA community buzzing, and for good reason. Cuban has always been one of the most vocal and hands-on owners in the league, the kind of guy who lives and breathes basketball. So when the news broke that he sold a majority stake in the Mavs for a jaw-dropping $3.5 billion to the Adelson and Dumont families, everyone started speculating about what this really means. His involvement with the Mavericks has been legendary. He bought the team back in 2000 for $285 million, a time when the Mavs were struggling to find their identity. Fast forward to now, and the Mavericks are one of the most valuable franchises in the NBA. But with this sale, the landscape of the team's ownership is shifting in a big way. Cuban, who still holds on to a 27% stake and remains in charge of basketball operations, has made it clear that he's not stepping away from the game he loves. Yet, the majority control now belongs to Miriam Adelson and her son-in-law Patrick Dumont, heavy hitters in the hotel and casino industry through their Las Vegas Sands Corporation. His explanation for teaming up with the Adelsons reveals a lot about where he thinks the NBA and the Mavericks are heading. He acknowledged that while he's always had a knack for media deals and sports management, the future is about more than just TV contracts and ticket sales. The Adelsons bring real estate expertise to the table, something Cuban admits he's lacking, but he sees it as crucial for the Mavericks' long-term success. It's a sign of the times. NBA ownership is evolving, and having deep pockets paired with real estate know-how is becoming the new norm. With this new partnership, the Mavericks have just leapfrogged from being the 11th richest team in the league to the second, thanks to the Adelson family's staggering $33 billion net worth. That kind of financial muscle can have a huge impact, especially with media rights deals not being the goldmine they once were. Cuban hinted that this influx of resources will give the Mavs a better shot at competing with the league's elite, both on the court and in the business arena. But there's more to this sale than just financial maneuvering. One of the biggest factors at play here is the potential for legal gambling in Texas. Miriam Adelson has been a major player in pushing for the legalization of casinos in the state, shelling out millions to support political campaigns with that goal in mind. Cuban is all in on this idea too. He's openly supported the possibility of legal gambling, seeing it as a way to open up new revenue streams for the Mavericks. Imagine a future where the Mavs aren't just playing in a new arena, but one that's part of a resort and casino complex. A move that could redefine how the business side of the NBA operates. There's also been talk about his involvement in cryptocurrency during the pandemic, and how that might have influenced his decision to sell. Cuban got some heat for endorsing platforms like Voyager, which later went under, leaving investors in the lurch. While he insists he got out before things went south, the backlash and ensuing lawsuits might have played a role in his decision to recalibrate his financial focus and secure the Mavericks' future in a different way. So, what does all of this mean for the Mavericks and the NBA? For him, this isn't just about cashing out. It's about positioning the Mavericks for the future in a world where the old rules don't apply anymore. By aligning with the Adelsons, Cuban is betting big on the real estate game and the potential explosion of legal gambling in Texas. It's a calculated move, one that reflects the changing face of sports ownership, where being successful requires a lot more than just knowing the game. It's about having the right partners, the right financial strategies, and the foresight to navigate a rapidly evolving landscape. We know that Mark Cuban has always been ahead of the curve, and this latest move is no different. He's setting the stage for his team to not just survive, but thrive in the next era of the NBA. And while he might not be the majority owner anymore, his influence is far from fading. He's still got his hands on the wheel, steering the Mavericks into what he believes is a bright and prosperous future. This recent decision has sparked debates and speculation about the motives behind his move. To truly grasp the significance of this sale, we need to dig into the world of team valuations, media rights deals, and the evolving landscape of sports ownership. Over the last few years, Cuban has made headlines not just for his role as an NBA owner, or for being on Shark Tank, a show he has now also decided to leave around the same time, but he has been diving deep dive into the world of NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. He's been a vocal supporter of various NFT projects, often promoting them across different platforms. While Cuban insists that he hasn't been involved in the day-to-day operations of these ventures, there's no denying that his financial gains have been substantial. Many creators in the NFT space have seen significant profits, and Cuban's association with these digital assets has drawn both admiration and skepticism. On one hand, his involvement showcases his knack for tapping into emerging markets. On the other, it has led to questions about the legitimacy of some projects and whether Cuban's aggressive approach to these new opportunities is as foolproof as it seems. The sale of the Dallas Mavericks is not an isolated situation. In fact, it's part of a larger trend in the NBA, where we've seen 4 teams change ownership in just the last 18 months. This wave of sales raises a critical question. What do these billionaire owners know that the average fan doesn't? Each sale has brought in massive profits for the sellers, driven by skyrocketing team valuations. The average NBA franchise is now valued at around $3.85 billion, a staggering leap from just a few years ago. A significant factor behind the surge is the $24 billion media rights deal the NBA struck with ESPN and TNT back in 2014, which has boosted the league's annual revenue per team from $966 million to approximately $2.6 billion. The next few years will be critical in determining whether the NBA can sustain its current growth, or if the league is heading toward a major shakeup. Mark Cuban's decisions will undoubtedly play a significant role in whatever comes next, both for the Mavericks and the NBA as a whole. While this media deal has been a goldmine for the NBA, Cuban has expressed doubts about whether this growth can continue. As the NBA was gearing up for its next media rights negotiation, and the numbers were starting to look less rosy, TV ratings for NBA games have been in a noticeable decline. Regular season games, in particular, have seen sharp drops in viewership, with some games attracting fewer eyeballs than popular TV shows. The average ratings for NBA broadcasts are leading to serious questions about the future profitability of these deals. Cuban is well aware of the stakes. He's seen firsthand how quickly the market can turn. He's reminded fans and investors alike that nothing is guaranteed. There have been times in the past when NBA franchises struggled to find buyers, and if this new media deal doesn't deliver, we could see a similar situation unfold again. The recent spike in team valuations might not be sustainable. If the new media rights deal fails to bring in the expected revenue, we could see a correction in team values, which would impact not just the owners, but potentially the entire structure of the league. With uncertainties surrounding the future of NBA revenues, some billionaire owners might be looking to sell their teams while valuations are still sky high. This could lead to a major shift in the ownership landscape within the NBA, with new faces taking control of some of the league's most storied franchises. Despite selling a majority stake in his team, Cuban isn't totally disappearing from the scene, since he still holds a minority interest in the team and will continue to play a significant role in basketball operations. Moreover, his involvement in the NFT market and his continued investment in emerging technologies ensure that he'll remain a pivotal figure in both the sports and digital worlds. The next few years will be critical in determining whether the NBA can sustain its current growth or if the league is heading toward a major shakeup. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and to subscribe for similar videos. See you next time.